Hey y'all, it is Karen Day, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from over at A Little Kinder, and I am bringing you a technique today. The cards and things that I've been showing this week use this technique, and so I wanted to do a really quick video and show you what I'm talking about and how I did it. So in many of the projects, you see these beautiful snowflakes that are multicolored. Like here's a whole background. So I was going to show you how I did that, and it's a really fun technique. So you're going to need to gather up a couple things. You're going to need a stamp set. You're going to need a piece of Whisper white cardstock. You're going to need a couple of colors of reinkers, and then you're going to need some baby wipes. So this is how I do it, and I'm sure everybody has something a little different. I have these little plastic containers that I keep some baby wipes in. It's much smaller than the baby wipe box or bag. I'm going to pull out 2 of the wipes, and then I'm going to put the lid back on. That's going to keep those nice and moist in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. So they're the 2 of them. So you see they're folded, so they're laying one on top of the other. Then I'm going to fold them in half this way one time, and I'm going to fold them in half this way. All right, that's going to be what we're going to use. This is, in essence, going to become our stamp pad that we're going to use to make these multicolored, kind of watercolory looking images. So I grabbed a couple of colors of reinkers that made me think of snow. So I have Night of Navy, Seaside Spray, Highland Heather, and Rococo Rose, and those are the colors that we're going to use. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put a couple of drops onto this wet wipe. So one there, that one come on out too, and then I'm going to go to, let's do this one. So what's going to happen is the reinker is dropping down into this wet wipe, and it's gathering the moisture from the wet wipe, and it's spreading out, and it's making kind of this really beautiful watercolor look stamp pad. Let's put one right there. And so when we come to stamp with this, what's going to happen is it's going to give us kind of a gorgeous, really gorgeous looking image. Alrighty, so there is our stamp pad, and you kind of see it starting to spread out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the images from inside the stamp set. This is Snowflake Wishes. This is in the when was that, August to December mini, so what we used to call the holiday catalog. That's where this came from. This is going to be a carryover set, which makes me really excited. I love it when there are stamp sets that carry, and so we get much more use out of them. And this one kind of having a winter feel definitely is going to do that. All right, I'm going to set these out of the way. I'm probably going to grab some different stamps out of there in a minute, though. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put this really big one on here. I hope that I'm still all in the camera. All right, there we go. So now I'm going to ink up my stamp. This is photopolymer, and I have my big pad of paper, so I'm not really going to go look for my Stampin' Pierce mat that I like to use. All right, so I'm just going to ink this little guy up, and I'm just going to stamp him. Look at how gorgeous that is. Do you see that already? The camera. Y'all, the lighting is horrible today. We are getting kind of a cold rain in the northern part of Arkansas. They are seeing snow, like multiple inches of snow. My youngest is trying to fly in. I am filming this on Sunday before I put it up late in the week. But today it's dark and it's cloudy and it's just kind of yucky. Alrighty, so we're just going to do this whole sheet, and I'm putting in these really big snowflakes, and every one of them looks different. based on which part of the ink of our re-inker stamp pad that it picks up. They are really kind of gorgeous. Now, if I wanted to, if I noticed that I have, say, I can see a lot of purple in the middle, and let's say I wanted there to be more blue in there, I could always come back and add a drop of, say, the Night of Navy re-inker, so that I get a little more differentiation across the images that I'm doing. So this is really kind of fun because every time you do it, you get a different color combination. So even though I'm using the exact same colors that I used on the cards for this week, these are turning out completely different. Now let's fix that little area where I bobbled. Another one in there. Look, and then it's gone. You can't even tell. So this is, I'm kind of showing you two things. I'm showing you a newish technique to my channel because I've never shared this with you before. And then I'm also showing you something that I do lots of. One of the things that really drew me to being a paper artist and creating things with stamps and ink is this idea of I get to make my own background paper. I'm going to swing this on around so I can work on this edge. This idea just really resonated with me because I didn't have to have all of it. I didn't have to go out and buy every single pack of paper that was out there. I could purchase a stamp set and use that stamp set to make lots and lots of beautiful papers. Now, today I am stamping without my brace on. I took it off a little while ago and I iced my hand and I am thoroughly numb. And I'm trying to be cautious of not using it, but I'm sure that you saw me a minute ago. I was like, smash, smash like normal. And then I was like, ow, ow in my head. Because it does still hurt very, very much. I am getting some range of motion back, which is a good thing. It makes me very happy. But it still hurts to try to lift or move anything. So I need a little stamp to kind of go in between. I think we may go with this one. And I'm going to get a smaller block. So I was telling you that kind of one of the big reasons that I decided to pursue paper crafts the way that I have was this idea of I get to create it. It's me, it's unique, it's original to what I've put together. So every time that I grab this stamp set and some inks, it comes out just a little bit different. So all I'm doing is filling in the white space. I want to make sure too that I go off the page with these images so that when I cut this paper down, I'm run off the edge and it doesn't look like, you know, I stamped up to the edge but didn't run off of it. That's really kind of important in making it look like it was manufactured, because when you have in graphic designs, when you are creating images and papers and whatnot, you run them off. It's more pleasing to the eye. It gives flow to what you're doing. So we're gonna do the same thing. Oh, so pretty. And we probably would need a little one in there. And again, every time I make it, it looks a little bit different. Let's stick you in there. Keep feeling like there should be something in here, but well, that looks fine. One there. Put one there. Alrighty, and so that is the technique. It is super, super easy. Every little snowflake looks different and unique, and it gives me lots of options now for using this background paper that I've made as like I would a pattern paper or a DSP. So I'm really, really pleased with how these turn out. Again, I'm using the Snowflake Wishes stamp set. I'm using Highland Heather, Seaside Spray, Rococo Rose, and Night of Navy. So there you have it. This is, I'm going to call it the baby wipe technique. I'm not sure if it has an official name or who the first person was that I learned it from, but it's a really fun technique, especially for things that you want muted out. Some of the leaf sets that are in the fall or Christmas holiday mini catalog would look great with this technique. There are several stamp sets that are coming out in the spring mini catalog that are going to be fantastic with this technique. So I wanted to share it with you. There it is. Quick, simple video. I will use this piece of paper to create some projects. Alrighty, guys. If you would please like, subscribe, or comment below. I love to hear what you think, and I'd love to know what you do with this technique after you've had a chance to work with it. Until next time, make the world a little bit kinder, one card at a time.